when you don't know why a guy has a lot of money, it's probably because he's a pimp. That's always been my view on Epstein, and I think that's only been proven correct. He wasn't particularly popular with all these different people because he was a sparkling conversationalist.
All I'm saying is I don't know. I know nothing about it, and I feel like most people only know the broad brushes.
I'm going to tell you. There are...
And nobody thinks he killed himself.
No, that's probably not true either. Although there is, I mean, the gashes in the neck are real, but maybe, who knows? Doesn't matter. The guys who were in his circle, that's the key to this. And I've also certainly known that guy all my life. That's the guy who is so successful in his business and has zero ability to ever get a human woman in bed. There's a lot of guys like that. And they are just burning up inside because they're like, I am the master of the universe. I am so powerful, and I have all these connections, and I have all this influence and all this money, and no chick wants me.
Yeah.
That is just, it just knocks them, it's just the worst.
Probably.
They think it should translate directly into like this tap of womanhood that is just flowing down toward them and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Women are interested in something completely different. And so who fixes this problem? Jeffrey Epstein. And you just see it in all the emails. Richard Branson, hey, it'd be great to see you as long as you're bringing your harem. You know, wow. These are, I mean, they didn't even hide it. It's right in their emails. And they're all doing this. They're asking him for advice on how to cheat. That's what I forget what prominent guy was. Oh, it was the guy from Harvard who used to be the Secretary of the Treasury, Lawrence Summer, whatever his name is. And he's like, you know, there's this Asian woman in the department, and, you know, I'd kind of like to get with her, but I didn't know what to say. You know, it's like, ask Jeffrey. You know, he's gonna like, yes, he's the guy who knows about chicks, knows how to get chicks. There's always gonna be chicks around. This is the one thing in Bill Gates' life that he doesn't have.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then once Epstein has them in this position, of course, you're right, he does have all the power in the world to blackmail them and to constantly, you know, tap them for resources and, you know, influence, but also, you know, money to his great, you know, his great consulting.
Yeah.
He wasn't this financial genius.
Yeah.
He had the women. That's what it is. And so, could he have been an intelligence operative? He absolutely could have. I just don't think it interested him. Past just being where he was in the world, you know, being able to keep it going with the 12 massages a day and having the dinner parties with Woody Allen and, you know, Noam Chomsky and Bill Gates. But it was about the women and the fact that he was so good at having them always around. And, you know, I'm not saying all these guys were having sex with the underage women. I think he was. But they were certainly able to overlook that because they were taken care of as well.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. It is. I like to think about that.
That's what it is.
That's
what it is. It's,
listen, I'm not doubting it.
You look like you're kind of a rugged, good-looking guy who probably was always like, you know, there were women always wanted you. Like if
nah.
Like I say, women probably didn't always want you. No?
No,
Are you sure?
Yeah, no,
I'm sure you didn't just miss it, because when I was younger, I was actually quite good looking and I didn't think that, and so I just missed it.
I think I probably missed a few. That's probable.
You hit one in the rough every once in a while.
You know. But
and you got to drop the ball where you think it, you know, you don't want to cheat at that moment.
It's interesting.
Because people do cheat at that moment, don't they? When they put where the ball lies.
Yeah.
Isn't that a big opportunity to cheat? Like if your ball's in the rough, where are you supposed to drop the ball? I mean,
Oh yeah, within a club length, there's rules to where you drop.
what are those rules?
It depends. If you went out into an out of bounds area, or if it's a lost ball, you're supposed to go one club length back into play, and then drop it between
So if
that.
you hit it like into the rough on the side, and like it was raining there, and so it's under a bunch of like mud and wet leaves,
But you can see it,
you can see it.
then you got to play it.
You have to hit that ball
Yeah, and now-
out of the mud and the mire?
It depends. Sometimes there may be a rule now where if the ball is truly plugged, and you can only see like the top white part of it, you may get some relief there.
Who
But it
decides
depends.
that?
The course official, but that's in a
Really?
tournament. If it's you and your guys, or it's you and your you and the boys,
Forget it.
yeah, then you just fluff it out of there a little bit.
But so what if you can't see it at all? First of all, if you can't see it, how did you find it?
Well, exactly. If you can't see it, it's a lost ball. Then you have to take a penalty.
But where do you drop the ball?
One club length in.
From where?
From
If
the
you
out
don't
of
know-
bounds stake. There's white stakes all along. So it's one club length inside that.
And then what do you hit, like a 2-iron from there?
Whatever. But the way the math works is, like say it's a tee box. You go, the way I one out, so I hit one out, 2 comes back in, that's my drop, and now I'm hitting 3 from there.
Ooh.
So that's how you count it. And normally it would be 1, 2 to the green, but now it's 3 to the green. So.
Have you ever had double figures on a hole?
Yeah, of course. It's the
Really?
worst. Yeah.
Of course.
Oh yeah. In the beginning.
Oh, in the beginning.
Yeah, you suck. You suck bad.
Like you're like an 11 on one hole.
Yeah, but at some point you just pick it up because it's obnoxious. Like there's people behind you. The pace of play outweighs the amount of strokes you need to get, and,
Is that a thing?
The
with
general rule is if it's a par 4 and you have an 8, pick it up. No more strokes after that.
Do people actually say, "Can I play through"?
Oh, yeah.
That's a real thing?
Yeah.
And why is that like the etiquette?
Because they only have 1 or 2 people in their group, and you have a 4 or 5 people in your group.
And
so
is
you're
the
playing
etiquette
slow.
to always say yes? Really?
You let them through. If you're playing slower than they are, they're going to overtake you. Rather than make them wait for you get to a par 3. Usually it's at par 3s. You get onto the green and you wave them on, and then they'll hit, come up, putt out real quick. They move on to the next hole. You guys finish yours, and they keep going.
And what if you don't do this? What repercussions? Is it
It's bad form.
It's just
bad form.
And then what happens?
There's a lot of stares, a lot of fuck yous, a lot of
Fuck you.
yeah, oh yeah. That's
So
what that's
We're talking
what,
about the 19th hole now, right?
generally, yeah. But you've seen these videos, I'm sure, online of these golf fights.